All right, let's talk a little Final Four. Our former intern, Garrison Brooks of North Carolina and Mississippi State fame, is with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Garrison, how are you?
I'm doing well. How y'all doing?
Doing awesome, man. Doing awesome. You getting a little rest? I mean, that's a long season, man. Where's on your body?
No, I rested probably a week. Now I'm starting to get back to work.
I hear you. You are in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Is that where we're catching you right now?
How'd you know?
I think you texted me that last night. I think you told me you're going to be in North Carolina.
My God, you're getting old. You're forgetting what you're texting people. Come on, man.
Come on, Garrison.
I feel like Dunaway.
He's on. I mean, that state, the state of North Carolina, and you've played in this game, Duke and North Carolina. You know this rivalry. To have those two teams facing one another in the Final Four, Garrison, this is insane.
Yeah, it is. It's insane that this could happen after so many years. I think it's incredible to finally to get this. I think this is perfect timing. Coach K's last season, and it's Coach Davis's first. I think it's all great.
What is North Carolina got in their new head coach and Coach Davis? Because you know of that fan base, and you know in December and January there were a lot of people that were quickly saying, man, this isn't going to work. It's not going to work. And now he's sort of turned it around, and he sort of stuffed that back in the doubters' face. The doubters aren't saying anything anymore. What do they have in Hubert Davis?
They have a fierce, competitive coach, a guy that's going to work every day, a guy that truly cares about the program, which is the most significant thing when you have someone care for the program as much as he does. I mean, he loves North Carolina. You got a guy that's a terrific recruiter also. So he's really going to recruit the talent to get people here and buy in to how he wants to play, which is awesome. I think the style of play change now is what the program needed, and it's worked out extremely well.
At some point, and I know you didn't get to watch all the games because you had your games at Mississippi State, but obviously the switch flipped for this team at some point. They did not have, even that first game against Duke, they lost by 20 in Chapel Hill. Right. What happens to a team? And when you've talked to some of your former teammates, what has happened to this team that has turned them into a Final Four team?
Yeah, just the way they're playing, the way they're playing together, the way they're shooting the ball, and the way they're defending. I think they're defending a heck of a lot better. I think that's something that I noticed after the Syracuse game at home when Caleb played extremely well in the overtime game and they won. And I think that sparked the run, if I'm not mistaken. I think they won probably 12 out of the last 13 with the loss to Virginia Tech in the tournament, but I don't think they've lost since that game.
How does this team end up having one of its better years after losing your experience and a talent like Walker Kessler? Just tell us about that roster and the guys that came in and the guys who were already there. How do you lose that kind of talent and still be playing for a national championship?
I think that's just a testament to the program, just reloading every year. I think guys like Leaky Black have really stepped up into a senior role, being a leader, and him and Armando are awesome as the leaders. And I think you just see the growth between Caleb and RJ at guards from their freshman to sophomore year. I think everyone knew that was going to happen, so it's great to see. And the addition of Brady Mann was a home run. It couldn't have went any better for this team and better for Brady Mann because he's played phenomenal.
What is your feel on Coach K retiring? As a guy that played at North Carolina, you have faced Coach K. You know this guy. What are your emotions about this being his final lap here?
Yeah, I think it's something that's well deserved. He's one of the greatest coaches in college basketball. I think that with the talent he's had, it's awesome. I think he deserves to be the praise that he's gotten over the season and kind of like the farewell tour. He deserves it, because he's accomplished so much. But I think it's good for him to do this. But okay, you finish your butt, then I got a butt. Go. But I would prefer him to lose his next game to Carolina.
Well, that was my butt. Garrison Brooks is with us. Played at North Carolina, Mississippi State. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. There's not a player in Carolina Blue that would not absolutely love ending his career in the semifinals in New Orleans. That obviously you want to win that game no matter what, but the fact that you could end Coach K's career, that locker room is well aware of that fact and are they driven by that? I would imagine they're driven by that.
I think pretty much the players want to win this Final Four game to get to the national championship. I don't think they're overwhelmed with the moment of being Coach K's. Could be his last game, could be just like them playing Duke. I think they're not overwhelmed by it. I think it's just the fact that they're in the Final Four and they're trying to win.
Now, you grew up here in the great state of Alabama, so you know football craziness, Alabama and Auburn. What's the scene going to be like in New Orleans, you think, this weekend? I listened in San Francisco, and it sounded like the whole stadium was Duke fans that had gone all the way out to California. What's it going to be like in New Orleans with Carolina fans going down there as well?
It will be a sight to see. I think you'll see as many celebrities as you can. I think it'll be pretty much filled to capacity. I think I don't know how many people. I don't even know where they're playing at the Superdome.
Yeah. Superdome, and I think it'll hold 68,000 maybe for basketball.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna get 68,000.
I mean, you could potentially do 68,000 just see North Carolina Duke. I mean, forget that Kansas and Villanova are there too.
Yeah, is the game? Which one's the first game?
That's a good question. I haven't even looked at that.
I
yet.
assumed that Kansas was the first game that they'd want Duke and North Carolina to be second, but I hadn't even looked at tip times either.
You got to put that as prime time.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. I think I would. I think I would put that game late.
It is.
Yeah, North Carolina Duke's the second game, 7:49 Central tip.
Of course.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
I think it's gonna have it. I think it's gonna have 68,000.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt it will. This other game, Villanova, Kansas. I mean, Villanova had the brutal injury. And I know. I mean, that's just awful, man. You play. I mean, I can't imagine that as a player, Garrison. You play your whole career for something like this, and now you're on the verge of it, and you're just trying to milk the clock at the end of the game.
Close out a game.
To close out a game, and now you've lost your Final Four. As a team, I don't know how you recover from that, much less a player.
No, it's definitely tough. But the thing about Villanova is they're a tough team, coached by a tough coach and Coach Jay Wright. I think that they're resilient enough to kind of get over it, but that's definitely a huge blow for them.
All right, so everyone who has followed our show for years and years, even to this format, they want to know what's next for you. So you're back in Carolina, you're training, you're going to make a run at the NBA and try to get on with the team. What's next for you?
Yeah, try to get on the team in the NBA, and then try to do that as long as I can. Try to play basketball as long as I can. That's what my uncle always told me. Then hopefully after that I get into pretty much sports broadcasting. I got a face for TV. I know Dunaway has a face for radio.
So mean.
Listen, I know Garrison versus Dunaway was one of my favorite things.
Just because, I even have a Carolina shirt on today for
Carolina
you.
Blue.
Man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, just because I smacked you on the ass in front of a sold-out Coleman Coliseum the other night. Don't get upset.
How awkward was that for you, Garrison? You come out for the second half layup line and Dunaway slaps you on the butt in front of the entire crowd. Was that awkward?
Oh, wow. I couldn't believe it myself.
Well, I'm an old competitor, man. I was fired up. And you came over.
He's fired up. Alabama's playing with him. So
I
didn't want to say that.
You were pulling for Garrison, right? You wanted him to have a career high and a loss. That's what you wanted.
That's always what I want with Garrison. Hey, don't think I'm not going to be the biggest fan of the Sacramento Kings or wherever you end up, because I don't have a favorite NBA team. I'll be cheering for wherever you end up.
Man, I appreciate it.
And I won't get tickets.
No, he just wants gear. He wants T-shirts. You know that. You've seen his T-shirts, Garrison. He needs better T-shirts, right?
Better T-shirts for sure.
Yeah, no, I won't get tickets when you come play the Hawks.
The Falcons.
Almost said the Falcons.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about switching to tight end?
God, no.
No?
I knew that. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I knew football wasn't my sport, so I won't be. I'm not shy to say it.
All right.
All right, Garrison. Hey, enjoy the games, man. It's always fun to catch up with you. We appreciate the time.
Always good to see y'all. I'll see you soon.
All right, buddy. Okay. Take care. Come see us in our new spot here. Garrison Brooks, our former intern, formerly with the North Carolina Tar Heels, wrapped up his career at Mississippi State with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.